Hello. We have so many things in frame tonight. We have the magical, wonderful Blue. She's hanging out. That's where she wanted to be. So we're going to let her be there. I'm just putting my mirror in frame. I always try and keep it out of frame. I'm just going to give that a shot because it needs to be closer to me or else I just look in the viewfinder. So I've prepped the skin. We've moisturized. We're trying the Merit. Everybody's talking about it. PR, they sent it to me. If you know, then you know that just because it's PR doesn't mean I'm going to give it a glowing review, but I'm always optimistic. So this is their uniform tinted mineral sunscreen, broad spectrum SPF 45. You guys have probably already heard several creators talk about this. Zinc oxides, 15%. I'm not going to go into the details on the back of the container except to tell you that I am not seeing a silicone, but they have different names for them. So I don't see a cone. I like it. I'm hopeful that this is not going to give me a reaction while I do this, but we're going to find out. And expiration 2027. We've got time. How are you doing? I got shade 26, which is called Dune. This on the container looks like it's going to be decent. I'm really excited actually about this. I was trying to twist it. We're starting strong. And then we're going to prime the pump per the usual. Didn't take too long. So this is it. It's very creamy. Almost silky creamy looking. Not mad at it. Seems like a relatively high opacity. The texture for my texture girls, women, very, very silky. But again, that opacity. Okay, let's try it on this side of the face. This is your tinted SPF, go-to everyday kind of situation. A little bit of light coverage. Feels amazing going on. I'm not seeing it settling anywhere. This could be a really short review or first impression. Okay, so this is the little card that they sent to me. Buildable light as air formula, sheer, natural finish. Oh man, I'm gonna want more finish. 100% mineral oxide, non-comedogenic. I talked to a cosmetic chemist about that and she debunked the whole thing, but neither here nor there. Oil-free, silicone-free, I was right, and zero white cast. So we're talking sheer coverage, and I like a little bit more than sheer. That's just me. If you're using this for sun protection, apply liberally. You're not going to want to just do a pea-sized amount everywhere. You're going to want to go a little bit harder than that. You're going to want to get enough onto the... Oh no, what a funny joke. The light keeps going out and I'm convinced it's my grandfather, who is no longer with us. But I was thinking of him a lot today, so he's very prankster. Not to get a little too woo-woo here, but we just went woo-woo. All right, anyway, let's talk about alive people and alive things. So this is kind of great. But you guys know it's the first impression, so you keep thinking the opacity is going to do something big, right, with this? And yet it melts, blends, evens. We've got a dewy finish. Some of us are going to like it. Some of us are not going to want that. But the reason I'm liking it also is because this is silky. This feels nice going on. The texture is otherworldly for something that doesn't have a silicone in it. It feels like it has a silicone in it. It's not tacky at all. That's crazy. The touch test is really good. So you're going to see the glow. And sometimes when you see the glow, you know, it feels heavier, not even heavy, but you can feel it on your skin. These are the things I think about. I can feel it. It feels moisturized, like it's locked in, but it's not heavy. My first impression is very strong. It's giving sheer as well, but it's going a little bit beyond sheer, I think. What do you guys think? I think it's a little bit beyond next level. I'd say sheer to light, thanks to the color. And I also think I shade matched real well, which is not always the case. You're getting 1.7 fluid ounces, generous. I've been seeing a lot of 1 fluid ounces here and there. All right, let's put stuff on top. So the Merit is not the only thing that I was trying today. I'm going to try the Maxine's Revenge Concealer. A couple of you mentioned this to me. I saw it out there and they sent a few bottles for me to try. So I have multiple shades, but I'm going to start with the shade Light Medium Beige. Seems like that's going to be the one for me. This is made for mature skin type. It is skincare meets makeup. It's made for 40 plus beauty lovers who want lightweight. They just want to look great. That's it. I'm just going to say it. But the box says lightweight, creamy, real looking, full coverage. I'm into that. This is a little dark for me, but I'm going to put it on my hand first. We have a flat foot applicator here. This won't be the brightening under the eye. This will be the concealing, and then I'm sure we can bring it across the face. I'm using the Ami Collet brush. I do like this. I like other brushes too, but this is the one I've just been reaching for. And okay, let's see. Inner corner action. How are we doing? First I swipe, then I press. Is that a thing? I don't know. It is for me. Some nice coverage. Let's see. Okay, so this is giving I always use the word veil because that's how it looks. It reminds me of that veil-like coverage I get from Iris and Romeo. It is slick like that, silky. The shade is actually, it looks more golden on the finger. And I don't know about you, but this is looking pretty good on the skin. It doesn't look as dark as I thought I was gonna like, you know what I mean? Are we at a 2 for 2 here? Because that doesn't happen a lot. Press it in. It is very lightweight. I can barely feel it. I mean, I can feel it. I applied it. It's there, but it's very lightweight. And it gave a really lovely evening out without looking heavy. We're going to see if it starts creasing. Let me apply it on the other side. I also think applying to the back of your hand, if you're worried about creasing, putting on too much, or you're like, I don't know how to do concealer. I see everybody tell me how to do it 18 different ways for no creasing and it still creases. I feel you. This seems to work for me. Is it going to work for you? I can't guarantee that. I really wish I could. But this seems to be the best possible route for not having to deal with extra product or creasing. It gets a little bit of it off the brush, or it doesn't put too much onto the brush. You know what I mean? Less is more. It works. There's a blur happening, and I'm not mad about it. I like a blur. I'm pro blur. Some people are like, you have pores, show your pores. That's fine. Do that too. But I do enjoy a blur under the eyes. It just, okay, this is not creasing yet. So this is not an instant crease, but I'm going to keep working, and we'll see if it starts creasing and then we'll set, because I have the Westman Atelier set powder. I bought this. I've been wanting to do that for a very long time. She finally bit the bullet. By the way, my eyebrows, I usually do soap brows, but I feel like that's probably not great for the brows after a while. I've been using the Gen C little brow balm thing. What it's called? Sorry, brow. Where am I? Get some of it off the brush before you start, because it can get a little wonky. It has held my brows all day. I am happy to report that I am using this and not soap brows. I like soap brows. I have nothing against doing it, but I feel like applying soap on my eyebrows every day and then oil afterwards at night to make sure they don't dry out. It's a whole thing. By the way, speaking of brows, I'm going to do eyeshadow next, by the way. I've been using the Swede serum. Haven't posted my scorecard on it yet or a review, but I have been using it. Oh God, this is coming out so fast. I squeezed the tube. Be careful. Oh, no. Oh boy. Okay. Be careful with these. It's exploding in my hand right now. Close call. A lot of product came out. I ended up getting the cashmere matte highlights. A couple of you I mentioned, I was like, what's up with the colors? They're so muted. I'm a little kind of like snore, but I ended up liking them for every day. I have a couple. This is Desert Rose. This looks basically like my skin. I went too high. I went into my brow. My bad. I was talking about the serums. I just cut myself off. I do that all the time. So I was doing the brow serum, and let me tell you, it's working. I see new baby hairs, but what's weird is that, and I was telling one of my closest friends this, I was like, okay, something's going on. I was looking up close at my brows and I started to see them like down here. There's no way I was applying serum that low. I don't want to look like a Klingon. Not like I really know much about Klingons, but still, I don't want hair everywhere here. But it's working. I'm just kind of like, can we centralize it a little bit higher? So I am seeing more hair growth. I have the lash serum as well. That works, but I find if I use it every day, it starts to irritate my eyes a little bit. So I don't use it daily, but I used it primarily out here. It's working better for this eye than this eye. It's because I sleep on this side. It's a thing. But I'll put a link to those serums if you want to check them out. I do have a discount code. I don't have the full review, so just look at them. You do you. This cashmere color in Desert Rose, these cashmere matte highlights. These dry down faster when applying, I find. I feel like the other ones are creamier. They stay creamier a little bit longer. It's nitpicking, but you can get them onto the eye. I happen to really like the Desert Rose. It is the most subtle color, but if you want something every day, this is a very nice one. This one applied cream to powder within seconds. This waited too long on my finger, and so it was a little bit odd pressing it in. But it still is the formula. I find it to be very hard to mess up, and you can just use your fingers. So after all is said and done, do I wish they had a different shade range? Do I wish it was a little bit more interesting? Yes, but for every day, I'm still liking it, and I'm still not finding this to crease, nor am I finding it to be actually drying. It does dry down fast though. So anyway, I don't know if you've tried any new serums, if you've done the castor oil thing. I'm just going to apply the rest of my face here. But I did try castor oil a long time ago, and it worked for my lashes. It really did. I saw new lash growth. My biggest problem with the serums and stuff, prostaglandin free, I know is the way you want to go. And do like really dig into those ingredients. Don't just listen to me. Look at the ingredients, do a little research on your own because it's your eyes. It's your eyes. Still, my biggest issue is the consistency. You have to be consistent every day, every night. And I struggle with consistency. The one thing that I've been very consistent with is this channel. Pay me for that. But I'm trying to get better at consistency. It's because I also want to do tests on dry brushing. I'm fascinated by it. It feels amazing. Have you guys ever dry brushed? It's like the best. And I want to see if it actually does what it claims it's going to do. I have a vibration plate, a power plate, whatever you want to call it. I had them, by the way, before they went insane on TikTok. We got them because my mom had an injury, and it was a knee or a leg injury or something like that. And she saw them there. They're very commonly used. They're the big ones with the handles. So you can use them in the physical therapist's office. And then I was looking into them further, and she was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to get one of those. I just bit the bullet, and I was like, I'm getting it. And I ended up loving it. I use it very, very low. I don't like the high vibration. It goes up to like, I don't know, 25. There are programs on it. And I'm telling you, the program 3, I felt like my brain was going to shake out of my skull. And I don't think that's good. This is anecdotal. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. Obviously, this is not medical advice, but all in moderation. So I just do the low setting. I want to try it out because there's a lot of insane wellness claims, health claims, benefit claims. There's like the wellness space is absurd, right? Skincare is pretty funny too. The claims, makeup, the claims. I just love testing things against interesting claims that make me go, really? Okay, let's see. I swear to you, I don't know what's going on here. This is the Victoria Beckham Fast Lash. This has continued to get better the more I used it. It just keeps getting better. I feel like I'm coming to the end of it, and yet it is still performing so well for me for an everyday lash. I'm just saying it. No one's paying me to say any of this. I just really like it. Let's do a concealer check, shall we? So we're seeing creasing, which I knew I was going to see a little bit of creasing, but it's very minimal, very minimal. I wonder if I can do this elsewhere on the face. I'm going to try it on the bridge of my nose because it's very shiny right now. So I'm going to take the BK Beauty 109 brush, buffing it into the formula on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to press it in. You make sure you don't have too much on the brush. Name of the game. A little bit on the brush goes a long way. Let's try a little bit more. I'm really liking it. I really don't even think I would need this. I've been having some good reviews, some good first impressions lately. Although I've had some good first impressions and then they've just tanked weeks later. There was a mascara, I forget which one, but I'll probably do a 6-month later review update because things change. I'll tell you what changed recently. Sorry to say it, but the Necessaire deodorant. I was so excited with the eucalyptus. Updated that review. We're back to Kinko. We're back to Kinko because it's the one that works. And I can't use anything with baking soda. And a lot of people have asked me about Primally Pure. And honestly, I don't know about that company. With recent marketing stunts, I don't think that I'm a fit. I don't think I align with their values. So Probably won't try Primarily Pure, but if you like them, you like them. That's just me. And I can't use a deodorant with baking soda because it's irritating. She gets irritated. Woo. Next, let's just warm up the joint a little bit. So yeah, the Necessaire is officially off the list because maybe my body adjusted to it. I removed it from Britt's pick, so you're not going to see it there. I tried to get it done as fast as possible so I didn't have anybody buying it and thinking what happened. But it was really good in the beginning, and then the honeymoon phase ended and the smell, it's almost as if my body adjusted and then it was like, no, I'm going to make it smell worse. It wasn't great. And it is also a bummer because that company is setting the bar when it comes to communicating sustainability, focusing on it, putting it on their product pages. Like, they're doing so many incredible things. I do know that they have a paste deodorant out, a solid deodorant rather, in a stick, maybe. I just want to see how this is working with other products. Let's take a gander. Looking great. Okay, I'm excited. By the way, I've been using this on repeat. This is the RMS French Rosé. Love it. Also have the Sangria. Not as big of a fan. It's less of a summer color. It's kind of a darker, it looks like sangria, aptly named. This is just beautiful. And I'll say it every time I talk about the RMS powders. There's something about the milling and the shimmer that they do. I don't wear a lot of shimmers. I don't want glitter. I don't want anything like that. They do a really good job. It also is very hard to mess up. So if you're like, I don't know how to apply without looking like a clown, I don't think you're going to have problems here. Not that a lot of people say that, but yeah, it does the warm up and gives a little bit of a glow without having to go too crazy with the blush. And I've been using the Westman Biscuit. This is the mini. Get the mini. They're going to last you a very long time unless you've used it every day. It's a contour. It's not a bronzer. I use them interchangeably because I can and I want to. And then we're going to do lip, but I want to look at this. Yes, it's coming in a beautiful little bag. Yes, they need to say refills and actually have refills. Here's the thing. Q rant. Hold on to your biscuits because it's not because of Westman at all. And they did get back to me and they said we are launching that in 2025. So the refills will be on their site, more refills if there already are some. This whole product claim, product page saying things are recyclable. I'm going to do something about this. I don't know what it is yet, but brands putting it on there as a theoretical recyclability claim. I reach out to the brands for the scorecards. I've reached out to hundreds of brands because I really don't believe that the consumer should have to do that. So I try and get that information for you. I'm just going to use a very light brush here. I think there's a placebo effect with Westman too. The packaging, everything makes it feel like it has to be good. Plus, if I just threw down however much this is, I want it to be good and to not have wasted my money. But some of the products are actually very good. Some of them I really haven't liked too much. A nice amount picks up here. I'm just going to do right here. Look at that muting of the glow. Sometimes it just like freshens things up. More blur. There you go. We're just blurring our face into oblivion. And I like it. Not really, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I reach out to all these brands and some of them, you'd be surprised. Quite a few of them just don't respond. I've said, hey, I'm going to review this. Then I reach out as just a consumer on a separate email. Then I go to Instagram and there are a good amount that do not respond. And then I write that in the scorecard and I say, that's a bit of a deal breaker for me. You make up your mind. But how can a brand not respond if you're putting a claim on your website? Also, make your life easier. Put it on the product page. I know I do product reviews and testing. I know that's how you know me. But what you may not know is that I spent over 20 years working in e-commerce and digital and social marketing, but the majority of that was e-commerce based. So I love to dissect product pages. I know what works for product pages. We used to do major tests about like how to give the customer the best information possible, not manipulate them, at least when I was on the teams. And it's really fascinating what you can find out, but like there's just so much low-hanging fruit. And to not respond to a customer, let alone someone's going to talk about it. I'm not a mega influencer. I don't want to be a mega influencer. Like, just tell me what your product's made of. There was one brand that I recently reached out to, and Are you seeing this? Like, what is even, hello? There's been a pronounced fine line here lately. It's still there, but I'm trying real hard to find it. There you go. I'm not loving it, but I'm also like, aging is a privilege. Still, I don't really want to see pronounced fine lines yet. I am in my 40s, so it's going to happen. But anyway, I totally lost my train of thought. I totally talked myself out of that because I was so impressed by this powder blurring lines. I wish this was live because I would ask somebody to remind me what I was talking about. Honestly. I know I was griping about the brands, so we like to keep it positive over here, but yeah. Oh, that's what it was. There was one brand that I asked about their lip gloss, and I was like, what is your packaging made from? Just so the consumer knows what to do with it at the end of its cycle. Not a lot of consumers are going to ask the question, but again, that's where I come in. They were like, ooh, we're not sure. We'll get back to you. How do you not know? How do you a brand? It's not a small brand. And maybe nobody informed that customer service person, but I asked more than one. I just don't understand how I just don't think that's okay. It needs to be better. Brands need to do better. And I'm not mad at the brand. I would rather some of them have the information and they're not putting it in a clear spot. But I will be here. I will be asking the questions and I will be holding them accountable and also talking to them like a human being who wants them to do well. Some of them I want to do well. The ones that do not respond to me after several attempts, including basically carrier pigeon at this point, I could care less about. They're out. But the majority, I kind of want to be like, no, you guys are great, but could you just put this information where people can see it? Because I think we want to know these things. I think. You tell me. I was going to use a Westman lipstick, but I really wanted you to see this Iris and Romeo lip gloss. Not only because the shade is beautiful, it's Camellia Weekend Skin Moisture Lip Balm. Not only because I'm excited to talk about another product from this brand, a brand that I really do love. Not all of their products work for me, but I have harped on their concealer now that they've fixed the emulsification process. It's one of my favorites and has been for a very long time. But because when I looked at this online and selected this color, when I test it in real life versus the online expectations, there's usually a little bit of variation. A little. I'm okay with a little. This showed up the way that I had hoped it would, and the payoff is there. As you can see, it is beautiful. I am so impressed with this. The wear is really nice. It's in a glass container. I just really love the color. And it's this flat whatever we want to call it. It's very easy to line the lip with, so you don't really need a liner, but I always like to use liner anyway because that's just like a therapeutic practice for me at this point. Oh, I love when there's a win. This is a multi-win situation. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So I'm thinking of doing a full review on this. Let me know if you want to see that. If there's anything else that I've tried here and you're like, I want to see a full review, let me know. A lot of people don't reply to that. So I'm like, all right, okay. I do put scorecards in my database and I'm still working on the bot. It's a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be, but we're still getting there. And I will still have beta testers who have unlimited access. I will have to cap access. Like, you'll be able to ask, like ChatGPT, you'll be able to ask a certain number of questions down the line. But during training, I want everybody to ask all the things and get all the information so you can have me in your pocket. So before you buy, you just ask Britt. It's fine. We're easy. We're done. So that's the goal. That's my North Star. That's what's keeping me going. Anyway, I'll put some of that information from these products in there. Thank you for being here today. If you found this enjoyable in any way, shape, or form, don't forget to hit the like button and let me know which one you want to see a full review on. If there's multiples, that's fine too. Sharing is caring. We love. I will see you guys right back here with some honest reviews real soon. Until then,